Hello and welcome to Grown Folk, the talk show for senior women and those we love to take care of. Right, ladies?
Yes.
Absolutely. I can't wait to talk about this thing that I saw on the internet this week called Granny's Got Game.
I saw that.
Did you see that?
I saw that, yes.
Oh my goodness.
What's
it was
it about?
a team of 70-year-old plus women
No
who
way.
who play basketball.
Oh my
So
goodness.
and they're going to the championships.
Now,
What?
I would definitely pay to see this. I
Wait a
will
minute.
definitely pay
Well,
to see
you know, they must have been athletes at some point in their time.
Did they say that? Were they?
I didn't
I
get to
didn't-
read the
I
article
didn't-
because it flew by so fast. Did you read the
I
article?
didn't read the whole article either. I just saw the headline.
scanned it.
But they must have been to be able to continue to play basketball, which means you've got to run and up and down the court. I want to do that. I'm almost 70. I want to do that.
So are they physically fit, or
They
are,
looked to be.
I
in
mean,
the
there's
picture
no
that I
wheelchairs
saw.
or anything that have to go
No,
along
no,
with
there
that?
was one brace that started up here, went around the knee, went below the knee.
There
you
was
know.
one brace.
There was
Oh,
one
my
gigantic brace.
Well, we need to visit them, go to a game or something.
love
Start our own
to.
game and be their contenders.
Yes, we will be their
Yes.
competition.
That
But-
would be exciting.
But I was always, I know, as a young girl, I was the one that nobody ever wanted on the team.
Me too, Lourdes.
So,
No,
Me
no, no.
too.
I was the one in the Bronx playing with the boys in the schoolyard.
Oh, you were a
playing-
tomboy.
Yes, I
you
was a
still
tomboy.
are?
playing with the boys, that's an interesting way of putting
I
it.
can hold my own.
I was a tomboy too. I love to climb trees. I love to play softball in the alley. I hit the ball up on the roofs all the time. I had to send somebody up there to get the ball.
I think this.
Yeah, in Chicago.
I was a tomboy, but I was not good at sports. I couldn't even play marbles. I couldn't do, my brothers would draw a circle and they'd say, "Come on, Linda, play marbles." I couldn't even shoot the marble and hit it to, I had all brothers, but there was no boy in me at all.
Because you were the only girl, they made
I was
She was a
girl.
girly girl.
And I couldn't run, I couldn't play baseball good, I couldn't do anything.
But don't you think that at this stage in all of our lives and all of the women that are watching us that are in our category, it's about sort of rediscovering your athlete.
Well,
And if you didn't have it, finding it.
I think it's not just athletics. I think it's discovering, maybe for the first time, doing something that you've always wanted to do, and now you're doing it. Perhaps that's what they're doing.
I still play baseball with my grandchildren, and it's so different now because the run, your steps, you don't run like you used to. It's just really hard. But it's fun, and I think that everyone should get in the mood to do that and get in the swing of things and do a sport.
Yeah, and it's not about being perfect. It's
No.
about having fun. It's about
Yes.
having
And
fun
getting a little
and
exercise and
moving
moving.
Well, you know,
It's
there's
totally about getting exercise.
It's totally, yes.
And you know,
yes.
when you're younger, you're always moving about.
Yeah.
And as you get older, you become sedentary and
Who does?
you don't sit down. You
Maybe
wanna
she
sit
does, but I
down.
don't.
Not us.
Well, that's why we're here, because nobody's going to become that way. We're not going to let you. But anyway, it's just wonderful to just
I
be on the
know.
move and do something.
I have a
Wait.
suggestion.
Yes.
Why don't we go and be the 55 plus cheerleaders?
Oh, I don't want to do that.
Never mind. Erase that
Yes,
thought.
let's erase that.
But I did see a team of gentlemen playing softball in my neighborhood.
There's a senior men's softball league, and several people out at Heritage Ranch where I live, several of the guys are in that league.
You know, they have whole tournaments and they have
Yes,
prizes.
they go all
and
over the country.
They even have Senior American Idol.
What?
Have you seen that?
No.
I would like to be
all
on
over
that.
the country,
Do you
their
have to-
websites and their
No, I can't see.
Yeah.
I did not know
Yeah.
that.
Oh, it's exciting.
Senior American Idol.
I've
What do
seen
they
some
do?
of the.
Do they sing?
They sing. I've
Oh.
seen some of the video on YouTube. It's wonderful. I mean, because you have a rich voice.
I wished
it's
I
really not
did.
going to diminish much.
I could never sing.
And there's some people that
Lourdes.
are over 50s and 50 and 60 that sing beautifully.
Yes.
Well,
Lourdes,
case in point.
Lourdes.
Well, I don't know. I'm not no competition for Mariah Carey or, but
She's
I
younger.
love to sing, and later on in the show, we actually are going to have someone that's going to discuss releasing that voice that all of us have within us.
Yes, that'll be wonderful.
So it will be wonderful, and it gives a lot of people courage to even try it, even if they have not been doing it regularly.
Well, don't you sing in the shower or in the
all,
bathtub?
all the
or
time. But
everybody sings.
One thing, exactly. Everyone sings, and it's so important to find that voice within all of us.
Well, you know, I grew up in Motown.
Yes,
And I knew I would meet, yes, I'm from Motown, and my brothers sang with the Temptations. They sang with a lot of other singers that are out there, and I could never sing. And so I wonder if I even had singing lessons once since I've been older, and they really do a lot for you, but I still can't sing. I can't sing.
We'll have to do something about
That's all relative, don't you
Singing
think?
is one of my favorite things to do in the shower, along with traveling.
In the shower?
Traveling is nice.
Well,
Well, I guess it comes up to me then. So I'm so thrilled that we have a guest, and her name is Linda Robertson, and she's from Let's Go Travel. And she's my new best friend because I love to travel. And if you give me a ticket, I will get my hair done, and I will jump in the shower, pack, and I'm out of there here.
we will have to do something about that. So let's take a break and bring your guest on.
Okay, very good.
We'll be right back.
Why struggle with debt? If you have any type of debt, call now for your free debt report. We can help. Credit card bills, medical bills, repossessions. Attorneys supported by Morgan Drexen will work to reduce any type of unsecured debt. Call now. This is your opportunity to become debt-free in months with an affordable payment plan. For example, $10,000 in debt programs are now available with a monthly payment as low as $167 per month. Best part, 0 upfront fees. You have nothing to lose except your debt.
No, I'm debt-free. Yes, I am. Yeah.
Call now and receive your free debt report and a free legal service catalog to explain how the attorneys can eliminate your debt.
I wouldn't even hesitate to call.
This opportunity may not last. Call now and receive your free debt report and a free legal service catalog.
For your free debt report, call 800-380-2136. That's 800-380-2136.
Okay, well, we're back, and Linda Robertson we're blessed to have her with us. And I guess, Linda, just tell us a little about what you do and how I could get some big discounts so I can go travel more.
Well, with the internet now, there's discounts every day on everything. So you just have to spend time scrolling through to see what's there. I've been an agent for almost 24 years. And when I first got my divorce, I decided I didn't want to do accounting or paralegal, which I'd trained for, but something a little more fun. So I decided to go to American School, Delta School, to learn the computers, and then start going to trade shows. And you basically work free for the first few years, just a couple of years, just to learn the business and learn who the wholesalers are. So I did that, and my goal was to see the world, and so I decided I was going to go when the time and money permitted, and I just did, and I didn't wait for anyone. I just went on my own.
Well, but what if the time is there, the money is not there, and you're a solo, like you're a divorcee now, and you don't have a friend that could go away potentially, like I did for 4 weeks to Europe last year on a whim? Like, how does that all work?
Exactly, Linda, because I wanted to travel for so long, and I had friends that promised to go with me, and every single time they would back out at the last minute. So traveling solo.
Well, you know what I have found to do is I plan my trip. I don't ask people, would you like to go somewhere? And then you start talking about where you want to go and when, because it's hard to get together. Everyone has different reasons for going at a certain time. So I've decided when I find a good deal, something I haven't done and would like to do, I book it. And then I tell my friends about it. And you'd be surprised what a difference that makes, because it's already set, they know the price, they know the time, and either it's yes or no. And there's a number of people that are looking for people to go with, but they need to have all those answers, and it's you that's put it together.
Well, is there a resource that could be used to find a companion to travel, a roommate? Because obviously the cabins are much more expensive on a cruise or something like that.
Like rent a friend.
Well, you know, there used to be some things like that called travel companion exchange that I actually joined for a while, but this was 20 years ago, and everything's changed now with the internet. But on cruises, I went last year on a cruise from Galveston to Barcelona as a single outside cabin for like $871.
Wow.
So
Sounds
there are
reasonable.
some good deals out there if you're willing to look. Go off season. This was the 1st of May. People are not traveling so much in May. There's a lot going on with school children and families, and so they don't. So you can find them. And that was pretty cheap. That included all the taxes, everything. And it was like, I don't remember, 12, 14-day cruise.
I think you're right, because I think I just saw in the news yesterday that now is the time to look at prices, because the cruise lines were suffering a little bit.
Yes, I did see that too. And the May is just kind of an off month. You know, they've just finished spring break and they're getting ready for summer travel. But May, people are busy at home. So you can find some good deals. And repositioning cruises is another one where you can get some very good deals.
Repositioning
Repositioning, that means like what I went on, Galveston to Barcelona. Not that many ports, but if you enjoy the cruise and just the vacation, I like sea days, so I really like that.
Now, did you go by yourself, or did you find a
I
companion
did.
to go with
I went
you?
by myself, and I mentioned it to another person I was going, and she decided, yes, she would like to go too. But we both took single cabins because
Interesting.
they were cheap enough, and that gives you a lot more flexibility to meet other people.
So did you have to pay double the price?
No. No, I paid $871 for my cruise, which was very good for, I can't remember, 12 to 14-day cruise.
That's excellent.
So there are good deals out there now. There used to be companies that would find you a roommate, or would try to. You could sign up, like with even on a land package, Trafalgar and Globus, and tell them you'll go as a single, but if they can, to try to find a roommate. And they don't do that so much anymore now because there's such good pricing on the internet. It's not like it used to be.
And do you find that there's not the stigma that used to exist in the past about traveling alone?
No, not at all.
Right.
I think that if you go with someone you know from home, you're sitting with them every night for dinner and you're talking about the same things you do at home. You're not getting the same experience.
What about
when you
senior
travel.
cruises and senior packages and
Well, I don't know what you mean by
things that
senior.
are specified for seniors as far as traveling?
Well, I don't think there are senior rates for cruises and travel.
Well, cruises notoriously are for people that are usually older. They
It
have the
usually
time to
is older,
spend.
yes.
And it's funny that you said that, because I did take a trip on one of the cruise lines last year, and I did have to pay a supplement. So it's very interesting to me that you found rooms that were, not, there was no,
so well priced. Yeah, you do have to look for it.
You have to look. I think it depends upon the cruise
gonna be my
line,
roommate.
because my husband and I usually travel Norwegian, and I think I read that Norwegian's newest ship is now offering single cabins with a common living room.
Yes, and
on Norwegian's website, I can say that I'm over 55, and they will give me a discount.
Oh, really?
Well, this is a very new concept.
A new concept.
I have been aware of that too in the last month. And that's true. They have single cabins with one big common area, like a living room with TV, you can sit and visit. So you can book it on your own and yet come out to the living room and see who else is there, find someone that you have something in common with, watch TV with them, plan to meet on a cruise, an excursion, and so you make friends that way and you don't feel alone. And I think that's a very good.
Are we all going to go then? When are we booking? Help us book now. I'm ready to go.
The grown folk.
The grown folk.
We could book it and invite all of our friends that are watching us today to come and see us on the Grown Folk. No, we're not doing that yet. Never mind.
Well, it's good to know that they make some sort of accommodation for seniors in some way, even if it's a tiny discount if you're over 55. And the single cabins, those are great. I know a lot of people that would buy into that.
Sure.
Oh, I do.
Because they want a cabin all by themselves, and they want to have a balcony or at least a large
Well, the
window.
cabin is like a closet, so I mean, it's not exactly
You think
like.
so?
Well,
it
it was about 200 square feet. So after living there for about
But you're not
3
cruising
weeks.
to stay in the cabin. You're cruising to get out and see
yeah,
stuff
you're just
and
sleeping in the
enjoy
cabin
the
there,
ship.
pretty
That's the way I
much.
look at it. But I do know people that cruise to stay in the cabin.
Oh, if I'm going to cruise to stay in the cabin, I'm staying home. I'm not going to spend that much money to sit in a closet.
Well, girls, I'm
Linda-
sorry, but I just have to thank Linda so much for coming, and she was a wealth of information for me because, frankly, I had no clue that it could be so cheap. And when are we going?
Wherever you want to.
Call me.
There's good
Call
deals
me.
out there.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Penny.
Linda.
Stand right there.
And stay with us. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you looking to save money? Who isn't? How would you like to get a $40 Visa gift card just for trying our fantastic savings club? Joining Great Fun will give you incredible savings on electronics, as seen on TV items, appliances, home furnishings, and more. And you don't have to sacrifice the brand you love to enjoy great savings. Choose from popular brands like Sony, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Fisher-Price, Dyson, and Panasonic. Plus, you're guaranteed to get the best deal you can find because Great Fun will pay you double the difference if you find a lower advertised price. Call Great Fun now to get your first month's membership for just $1 and receive a $40 Visa gift card and take advantage of saving as much as $1,200 on grocery items throughout the year. And don't forget, you can keep the $40 Visa gift card as our gift just for trying Great Fun for the first month for only $1. Your life, your choice, and great savings at every turn. Call Great Fun now.
Welcome back to Grown Folk, and I'm very excited about introducing this next guest. Her name is Debbie Martin, and she's someone that has helped me find my voice again because a few years ago I decided that I want to reconnect with my singing voice. She is considered a vocal alchemist, and you're probably wondering what a vocal alchemist is. Well, let me define it for you. It is one who sings to free the soul and use the sound of the voice for healing, transformation, creation, and empowerment. And Debbie does exactly that. Debbie, thank you for being here. We are so happy to have you on Grown Folk, and I'd love for you to tell your story and let us know how you came to create this wonderful workshop.
Well, first, thank you, Lourdes, and thank you, ladies, for having me. I'm very excited to be here. And the backstory is that I was a music major in school, and I sang professionally for many years, nothing on a large scale, but local groups in the Dallas area, and I did work with some really wonderful musicians. And then I stopped singing. I changed careers, and I quit singing for about 20 years. And during that time, I damaged my vocal cords from a very severe allergic cough, and I didn't think that I would be able to sing again. But in 2007, from 2007 to 2009, I had a life-changing experience. It was just one of those time periods in life when it's a whirlwind of events. And I left a 13-year relationship, wound up in another relationship with someone that I felt was a very deep soul connection, new business opportunities that came my way, and life was wonderful. But at the end of that 2 years, I was left heartbroken in love, felt betrayed financially in business, and I was emotionally and spiritually confused about, well, what happened? I lost everything and had no place to live and no money, and really just...
You sunk into a deep depression for a while, didn't you?
It was very scared, and yes, I had to go very, very deep. It was a deep healing, but really it was a heroine's journey. It was the dark night of the soul. There's a reason for all of these things that happen to us.
Well, we're given a voice in our life, and you know, a lot of us sing in the shower. We're like closet singers, not thinking like, oh gosh, it would be great to be on American Idol, but I don't have the voice, so how can I apply? But, you know, I think that it's just, you know, you have a voice, you could speak, and
well, Debbie's approach is very non-traditional, and it does approach your singing voice sort of getting through the psychological blocks that a lot of people sometimes have with expressing themselves vocally. So Debbie, why don't you give us a little outline of what you do in the workshop?
Well, first of all, yes, our voice is our identity in sound. And I approach the workshop from not just the voice that we sing and speak with, but the voice that we think with. Because if you're not singing and speaking, where is your voice? There's chatter going up there in the mind, right?
Right.
But also, the body has a voice. The body has a voice, the heart has a voice, has memories of things that have happened to you in your life. And when people are under stress, they either have, you know, the fight or flight syndrome, or they go into the freeze response and they shut down vocally of expressing who they are in the world.
But does that change the tone of your voice? When I guess it does. If you really think about it, a lot of it does have to do with how, if you're having a good day, your voice, your intonations are different when through your emotions. Isn't that correct?
I think that's totally true, because there's times when my voice is really deep and low. That reflects my mood. Other times my voice is at the top of my register. That reflects my mood. I think there's a pattern or a wave to your voice, a high, low, medium, depending upon how you feel inside.
Yes, we're generally not conscious of it, but the voice does reflect our emotions. And you know, when you call a friend on the phone, you can tell immediately in the sound of their voice how they're feeling.
Oh yeah. Oh girl, you know what happened to me? Or girl, what happened to me?
Exactly. Yes.
I mean, one of the things that Debbie helped me enormously with was fear. Because even, and you ladies know, I am not a shy person. However, I'm not. However, there was something about singing that petrified me. And even though I had done it when I was very young and wanted to reconnect with that part of myself, the idea of getting in front of an audience, even at a karaoke bar filled with drunks, it didn't matter. There was something about the idea of standing up with a microphone in my hand and actually singing that just would make my blood run cold.
But isn't everyone afraid of singing in public?
No.
Isn't that normal?
You're not? Not only singing.
Really?
No, talking and everything else. And it sounds like that you actually can help people emotionally.
Correct.
And other ways, people that want to sing, people that has emotional issues. I mean, you do it all with your singing.
Well, yes, that's what happens within the workshop. It's a safe place for people to find their voice, free their voice, and get past this fear that's stopping them. Not everybody has it. But I would say, you know, we hear that probably one of the biggest fears that people have is public speaking. I think the biggest fear is public singing.
Yes.
Because we have all of these beliefs about, well, I don't have a good voice, I can't sing. Well, that's nonsense, in my opinion. I think, and what I mean by that is, I think that we all should be able to sing and enjoy the experience of singing.
Wouldn't this also, though, help you with the public speaking as well? I mean, a lot of people have to learn to do that.
Yes. Yes.
And it could help you with that as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So a stage actress like yourself?
No, not really.
And emoting.
Well, the
and
breathing and the projection, you know, when you're, so, yeah. How do you teach people how to do that?
Well, why don't you show us what you do? We could do a little something here. We've got a little bit of time.
All right. Well, what I do is very out of the box. And the first thing is to help people to expand their thinking about their voice. Okay. And so, would you mind standing up? Would you be able to do that?
Okay, if we don't make too much noise.
Okay, I'm going to teach you a little song, a very easy song.
Oh my God,
and do you remember the tune, the old tune, Mama's Little Baby Loves Shortening Bread?
Yeah,
I
remember
that. Okay.
That's one of my all-time favorites.
Well, it is to that tune, but it is, every little cell in my body is happy, every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is happy, every little cell in my body is well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. Every little cell in my body is happy, every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is happy, every little cell in my body is well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. Okay. Okay. All right. Now
I believe you did well with that.
Now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to bring it more into our body. Okay. And again, this is to expand ourselves out of our singing box, if you will. So as you sing it, just let your body do whatever it wants to do. Okay, good. Get out of your head, and into your body, and just expand your boundaries.
Okay.
Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well.
We all sang, though.
That
yes.
gets us going.
Yes.
Oh, I can't sing. No.
Oh,
no,
Debbie, thank you very much.
It's extremely fun.
You can, and you did, and you did.
Yeah, but not like Diana Ross or
Beyonce, but
Whitney, bless her heart. But I can't do that.
But you sing like you, and see, it's about accepting the voice that you have.
Accepting who you are.
Absolutely. And I think that's the biggest advantage of taking a workshop like this. First of all, it makes you feel comfortable. So you're in a setting that you can get silly and you can really enjoy yourself. And then it helps you break through those psychological issues that you may have about performing. But Debbie, this has been so much fun. You know I love you.
Oh, and it's really makes me so happy.
And we're so glad that you came here.
I'm going to go take a class.
Yes, come.
Well, you'll need to tune in to www.grownfolk.info and get some information on how to get in touch with Debbie Martin and her services. You'll find her website address and her phone number. We'll post that for you so you can look it up a little bit later. Thank you so much, Debbie, for coming out and visiting with us and helping us sing. Yeah. And our thanks to Linda Robertson for coming out and talking to us about travel. And we have some shout outs that we'd like to include before we leave today.
Important.
Very important, because you know we're funding this show as we go along. And some people have paid some money to help us out getting this show on the air. And I'd like to thank a few people. Elaine Hill of Nappy Hair Affair here in Dallas. She is one of the people that helped keep this show on the air, gave us a nice little check. And Gwen Powell over at the Dallas Morning News. And you too can help us out at Indiegogo.com. Search for Grown Folk and you'll find our information. We'll be back again next week with, we hope, another fun show. Right, ladies?
Yes.
We have some things coming up, like a series called His Stuff, Her Stuff.
Really?
How to combine lives when you're over 55 and you have stuff.
Yes.
Houses and retirement plans, etc.
We got a partner.
So join us next week. We are saying goodbye, and we will see you again next Monday.